Welcome to our language school, The World, where we teach real English in an easy and fun way. In our previous video, we boosted your understanding of get and showed you how to use get effortlessly with a session jam-packed with information. If you missed it, please go look it up on our channel. In this video, we're going to take it up a notch. So we'll explore 5 crucial verbs with get. We are going to reveal 5 important collocations, and we are going to share 5 fantastic idioms with get. By the end, you'll be a true get expert. Before we start, we kindly ask you to click on the subscribe button so you never miss out on our valuable and free content, and our channel can continue growing. Your support means the world to us. Thank you. So, we are going to kick off things with phrasal verbs. Keep in mind that many of these phrasal verbs can have multiple meanings. So, we'll focus on the most common meanings of and uses for each. Let's look at number 1. To get away. Now, to get away means to leave or to escape from a place or also from a person, and often when it is difficult to do this. For example, we walked to the beach to get away from the crowds. Or, I'll get away from work as soon as I can. It also means to go somewhere to have a holiday, often because you need to rest. So for example, I just need to get away for a few days. A getaway can also be used as a noun and written as one word. It can be used to describe both a quick escape and a short holiday. You might say, we're planning a weekend getaway to the countryside, referring to a short and relaxing holiday. On the other hand, you could also say the thieves managed to make a clean getaway after the robbery, meaning they escaped really quickly. Let's move on to number 2, to get over something or somebody. This means to get better after an illness or to feel better after something or someone has made you unhappy. For example, she was only just getting over the flu when she got a stomach bug. Or it took him years to get over the shock of his wife dying. Let's move to phrasal verb number 3, to get back. Now you can use this phrasal verb in different ways, both as separable and inseparable. If you use it as an inseparable phrasal verb, it refers to when you return to a place after you have been somewhere else. Now, this sounds a bit complicated, but let me give you an example. If you get back in time, you can come with us. Or, when we got back to the hotel, Anne had already left. If you make get back separable, which you can do in this case because get back, you can separate it. It means to do something unpleasant to someone because they have done something unpleasant to you. For example, I'll get back to you for this. You just wait. We also have to get back at someone for something, which means to punish someone because that person has done something wrong to you. I think he's trying to get back at her for those remarks she made in the meeting. There is one more. If get back is made separable with something, so an object, it means to be given something again that you had before. For example, he went next door to get his ball back. Or, don't lend him money, you'll never get it back. Okay, so enough of get plus back, and let's look at number 4, to get on. This means to have a good relationship or to deal successfully with a situation. For example, Alexis and her roommate are getting along better, or she doesn't get on well with her father. You can also use along instead of on, so to get along with someone. Do you get on or along with your workmates? Write it in the comments below. Here is a bonus idiom for you, though we haven't still covered idioms, which is going to be the next section of this video. And this is to get on like a house on fire. Now, this phrase means to become friends really quickly and to have a great rapport. Despite sounding like it might be negative, because honestly, having your house on fire does not sound like a good thing. If two people get on like a house of fire, they mean they really like each other and they become friends really quickly. So it actually describes a relationship that develops rapidly and positively. For instance, I met her at the conference and we got on like a house on fire. We became great friends straight away. And our final phrasal verb, number 5, is to get together. Now, if 2 or more people get together, it means that they meet each other, having arranged it before. So, for example, shall we get together on Friday and go for a drink or something? Get together, like getaway, is also a noun. A get together is an informal meeting or an informal party or a social occasion, often arranged for a particular purpose. For example, she went home for a family get-together over the weekend. Next up, we're going to dive into collocations with get. Now, what exactly is a collocation? So it is when 2 or more words frequently appear together in a way that sounds natural to native speakers. For instance, certain verbs and adjectives or nouns tend to pair with specific words. These pairings help your language sound more fluent and natural, so it's a good idea to learn them by heart. In this section, we'll explore 5 common collocations with get. And of course, there are plenty more out there, but these examples will give you a really good starting point. So number 1, to get to know. When you get to know someone or something, it means you gradually learn more about them and become familiar with who they are and how something works. For example, it took me a few weeks to get to know the new software at work, but now I'm pretty comfortable with it. Let's look at number 2, to get in trouble. When you get in trouble, it means you encounter problems because you've done something wrong or you have broken the rules. For example, I need to finish this report by 5 p.m. or I'll get in trouble with my boss. Number 3, get the impression. To get the impression means to form an opinion or feeling about someone or something based on what you observe. You can use it in this way. I got the impression that she didn't want to be there because she kept checking her watch. Number 4, get an idea. To get an idea means to start to understand or form a basic understanding of something. For example, after talking to the team, I got an idea of how the project will unfold. And last one, number 5, get some sleep. It means it's a good idea to go to bed and rest. For example, you've been working all day. You should try to get some sleep before the big presentation tomorrow. Okay, so we've finished looking at collocations. If you can think of any others or if you have any doubts, please write it in the comments and we will be really glad to give you a reply on that. So we are in the final part of this video, of this Get Masterclass, and we're going to look at idioms. Let's look at the first one, number 1, which honestly I use quite a lot, and it is to get on someone's nerves. Now, it is an expression that you hear all the time in English, and especially when someone is super annoyed. So what does it mean when something gets on your nerves? Well, imagine there's something small like a buzzing fly, or that one person in class or in the office that never stops tapping their pen. At first you ignore it, but after a while you start to feel really irritated. It's like that little thing that is poking at your nerves over and over again, and you just want it to stop. And that's when this idiom comes in. That is when you say something or someone gets on your nerves. You mean that they are really annoying you, slowly but surely, until you just can't stand it anymore. Why nerves? Well, apparently back in the 1800s, people used the word nervous to describe feeling stressed or anxious. So something getting on your nerves means it's affecting you emotionally, and it's literally bugging your nerves. So here is an example. The loud music from next door is really getting on my nerves. It's driving me crazy. Or his constant humming during the meeting was really getting on my nerves. It doesn't have to be a person either. It could also be something which annoys you. For example, the squeaky chair in the office is getting on my nerves. Now that you know what it means, here are some more examples of when you might use it. Your roommate leaves dirty dishes in the sink for days. Yep, that can get on your nerves. Okay, so let's stop talking about nerves and let's talk about the next idiom, which is to get rid of something. This is a very useful expression in English. So what does it mean? Well, when you get rid of something, you're saying goodbye to it. Whether you throw it away, you sell it, or you just want it out of your life. It's like that old pair of shoes that's been sitting in your closet forever, or those emails you really should have deleted a long time ago. You're ready to get rid of them, meaning you want them to go. Poof, goodbye. So let me give you an example. I really need to get rid of those old magazines. They're just collecting dust. Or it doesn't only apply to physical things. You can also get rid of feelings or even problems. For example, I can't get rid of this cold. I've been feeling awful all week. Or we need to find a way to get rid of all the stress before the exam. So next time you're looking to declutter, to solve a problem, or just eliminate something you don't want anymore, go ahead and get rid of it. Okay, let's look at the next idiom. To get your own way. This is all about being a bit determined or even a little bit stubborn when it comes to what you want. So to get your own way means that you manage to convince others to do what you want, or things to go according to your plan. Basically, you win. So you know when someone has a strong opinion and they keep pushing until everyone just goes along with it. Yes, that's them getting their own way. So it's like when you really want pizza for dinner and you keep talking about it until everyone else says, okay, fine, let's just get pizza. In that moment, you got your own way. Congratulations, it's a victory. Let's look at an example. My little brother always gets his own way. He just has to pout and my parents just give in. But it's not only about food or little things. You can get your own way in bigger decisions too. She's really good at negotiating, so she usually gets her own way in meetings. So next time you find yourself in a situation when you're pushing for what you want and everything goes according to how you planned it, congratulations, you officially got your own way. Okay, now let's chat about the next idiom, to get your act together. Now, this one's like a little nudge, or maybe a big nudge, to tell someone to get organized and start focusing. It's basically saying, hey, time to pull yourself together and get serious. So what does it mean exactly? When you're told to get your act together, it's like someone telling you to stop messing around and to get things in order and handle whatever needs to be done, whether it's work or school or even just life in general. Think of this. You're an actor on stage, but your performance is all over the place. Someone's telling you, get your act together, meaning put on a better show, be more prepared, get things right. So here's a classic example. If you don't get your act together, you're going to miss the deadline for the project. So next time you feel a bit messy or you're feeling a little bit disorganized, just tell yourself, all right, time to get my act together. Now, let's talk about the next idiom, which is get a feel for something. This one is also very useful, and it's about getting familiar with something, but in a more hands-on and practical way. It's kind of like when you try out for the first time and slowly start to understand how it works. It's that moment when you're not quite an expert yet, but you're starting to get the hang of it. So picture this. You have just started learning how to drive. At first, you're all nervous. The steering wheel feels weird and your foot's all jumpy on the pedals. But after a while, you get a feel for it, meaning you start to understand how the car moves, how much pressure to put on the pedals, and things start to feel smoother. So here is an example. It took me a few games to get a feel for tennis, but now I'm really enjoying it. So whether you're learning a new skill or adjusting to a new place or even figuring out how to deal with new people, you'll just always go through that phase where you just need to get a feel for it before you're fully confident. We've finally reached the end of this video, jam-packed with information. We've covered 5 essential phrasal verbs with get, 5 collocations with get, and 5 fantastic idioms with get. Well done for sticking right to the end. We're confident that you have boosted your understanding of get and will now be able to use it easily. Remember, mastering a language is all about practice and perseverance. Get rid of any doubts, get your act together, and start learning consistently. Sometimes it won't go your way, but don't worry. You don't always need to get your own way. Keep practicing. Soon you'll get a feel for it, and you'll be a pro in no time. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.